Still on the story, the infectious diseases specialist at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, Dr. Richard Lessels, is calling on anyone with symptoms to get tested. Those symptoms include a rash, fever, swollen glands and back pain.
In the outbreak that we see, people can present at different stages and with different types of lesions. So there's not kind of one classical type. And so if people are have a concern that they may have been exposed, or they may be in the group that is at high risk of being exposed, and they have any type of skin lesion, particularly on the body, around the genitals, around the mouth, then they should seek medical attention and get it checked out.
To other news now, Rand Water has begun its extensive infrastructure maintenance program at the Eikenhof pump station. It will have an impact on several reservoirs and water towers across the province for the next 5 weeks. Rand Water says it's happy with the progress made so far. It's again assuring residents there is enough water. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali has more.
While Rand Water has urged residents not to panic, but rather to prepare. It's now day 3 of its massive maintenance operation, and it says so far its system has been stable. But to talk to us a little bit more about day 3 of its operations, I'm joined now by Rand Water spokesperson Makhoali. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a busy day. I can imagine you are in fact outside here at one of the sites at the Waterval Reservoir. Tell us a little bit about today's operations.
Okay, good afternoon, Veronica, and good afternoon to the viewers. Today's operation, actually, it's a brand new operation. Today is the 24th, so we are managing and maintaining the Eikenhof system. So far, we haven't had any challenges. Everything is going according to plan, and we are hoping that we will have the success that we had on Saturday with Makhoali City, where we finished well ahead of time, 9 hours ahead of the schedule.
And we've been speaking to some residents here and there, others very well prepared. They've been talking with Rand Water, Joburg Water as well, in regards to securing those water tankers as well as JoJo tanks. But some residents have gotten into the habit of stockpiling. Just tell us about how this could actually become an issue as we roll out these 5 weeks of operations.
Veronica, it's understandable that people are panicking. But one, we want to assure the residents and consumers that we are not doing the maintenance from the 22nd to the 29th. It does not mean you will not have water completely. One, we're moving area by area. 2, rainwater will still be pumping water. Yes, there will be reduction in terms of pumping. For example, with Eikenhof, 50%, that's how much we'll be pumping. So there will still be water. If you need to stockpile water, we're saying be reasonable, within reason. We don't want to deplete the reservoir, because once it's empty, it takes a long time to fill up. So you can imagine at the end of the project, we're saying we're happy, we're successful, but people still don't have water. So we think within reason, stockpile and be careful. Obviously, imagine if we're all stockpiling, the reservoirs are going to run empty. Don't panic, there'll still be water. If there are challenges, municipalities are ready, they are on standby, they have been briefed. There was an agreement between municipalities and rainwater.
Yeah. And let's get a little bit technical in regards to the infrastructure and this massive pipeline. Apart from just the maintenance of ensuring the integrity of the infrastructure, what are some of the things that have, in fact, in some way may have also compromised the system as we know it today?
The major issue last year and beginning of this year, we had power trips. Those were challenging because remember, without power, we are not able to pump water. Yes, we have an agreement with power suppliers, obviously, that we don't get load shedding. However, those were trips, not load shedding. So we couldn't do much about it. We have to wait for a service provider to come in, for example, Eskom, and other power suppliers. So we really were depending on them because those were power trips. Just going forward, we're saying as rainwater, looking at the bigger picture, we are coming with plans of our own so that we don't depend on power suppliers, so that we are off the grid.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I think we can only describe that as a proactive measure by Rand Water. Really, of course, a mammoth task. Many households could expect that intermittent water supply, but also Rand Water asking residents, pleading with them really to understand the bigger picture in what this infrastructure upgrade will mean for the country going forward. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Veronica Makhoali outside the Waterval Reservoir in Johannesburg.